Hello everyone, my name is Kamal Solanki and I am a professional photographer and a filmmaker. I've been shooting pictures from last more than 25 years now and I've been doing it professionally from almost a decade. I mainly shoot for fashion, lifestyle, interior, architecture, portraits, industries, travel and many more. Some of my clients are Zoya, Famina, Reliance Brands, Satyapal, Andhra Pradesh Tourism, Gujarat Tourism, and the list just goes on. When we start talking about photography, people start talking about megapixels, camera models, lenses, what kind of equipments, lights, and many other things. Well, of course, these things are important. Let me tell you that in photography, there are two parts. One is the technical side of it, which is your make of the camera, the lenses, lights, equipments, and other stuff. The other side of the photography is the aesthetics of it, and that is equally important. And I would say it's even more important in any creative field. The aesthetics of it are very, very important. And if you pay, well, first of all, the most important thing I will tell you is to understand your tools. That means whatever device that you are using to capture any photograph, any images, first of all, you need to be familiar with that. You need to be friends with the device. So you need to know, take a little time to read the user's manual or understand the beautiful or the new features that they have introduced. Spend some time with your devices, understand the capacity of it, understand that what it can or what it cannot. When you know that the power of tool which you are having, you are using, you will be able to use it to your advantage. Let's talk about the most important aspect of photography, which is composition. What is composition? Composition means layout of different elements. As we all know that photography is storytelling, and in any storytelling there are different characters. Composition is just about it. How we lay out all those different characters in a particular way to narrate a beautiful story. In composition or in photography, the characters that we use for storytelling, they referred as visual elements. And just like any other storytelling, we always have the center character. The center character, that is called point of interest in photography. A lot of people call it subject as well. Well, what is it? It's the main thing about your image. The other things just revolves around it. In photography, we say that there's just one rule, which is there are no rules. However, there is one thing called rule of thirds. What is rule of thirds? So, how to make good compositions? Well, to make good composition, we use different elements. These are visual elements. What do they do? These visual elements usually they will help you create a strong composition. These elements are always around us. The only thing is that we need to be conscious about it. We need to be looking around. We need to be observing our surroundings. Whenever we are taking a picture, it is very important that we observe things around us. And from those observations, we can narrow it down to many different elements, and we can enhance our photograph. What are these visual elements and how it helps create a strong composition? Lines. Lines are great element. Lines usually helps our viewer to drag into the picture. The viewer will be guided with those lines. Lines are not necessarily straight lines. We are not always looking at the straight lines. Lines can be curved. I'll show you the example and you'll be able to understand it. Another element is perspective. What is perspective? Perspective is, you can say in another word, angle. At times, when we try to shoot from little above or by going down, that creates very interesting composition. Another element is texture. There are different textures around us. If you look at the cemented wall or a rusted metal or anything which has got beautiful texture. Texture usually helps generate emotions. By looking at different texture, we have different emotions. Another element is patterns. Patterns are very interesting. Pattern is usually the repetition of the same thing. If you try and capture those repetition of things, that can create a beautiful image. Another element is color. The color plays a beautiful role in photography. As I said, that it also helps generating certain emotions. Strong colors, solid colors, that you can use it to your advantage. Another element which you can look for is reflections. There are always interesting composition you can create with reflections, especially during the monsoon time. And not just monsoon time, even when there's a little water which is there, and if you just try to look at the reflection that it creates, I think that will give you a great chance to create a beautiful image. Another element is tones. Now tones are very interesting. Usually in tones you will see highlights and you will see shadows. It's usually of the same color, but the play of light or the play of highlights and shadow can create an interesting image. Another wonderful element is contrast. Now, when we say contrast Contrast is not just about lights or colors. Contrast can be anything, any two things which are of contrast, like small and big, dark and light, even the contrasting colors. Another beautiful element is speed. Now, speed can create immediate reaction in your viewer's mind. If you have seen those fast moving cars, or if you have seen those milky waterfalls, that is all about speed. Whether you are clicking at a very high speed, or if you slow it down, that can help you create beautiful images. Another element is scale. Now, when we use scale, that is usually to show people that how big or how small that particular scene is. The story is about how big it is. So if your viewer will have something in comparison to it, they will be able to understand the scale better. Framing is also very interesting. The way we do framing is, let's say for an example, when you have a boring sky, the sky doesn't have anything in it, what you can do is the branches of the tree can become the frame. We call it frame in frame. So by using different things around you, you can create a frame within the frame, and that will create a beautiful composition. So now that you know different elements of composition, now after understanding the elements, it's not necessary that we put all the elements in each and every image that we take. These are small clues that you will find if you just pay enough attention to your surrounding. You will be able to understand it as and when you start practicing it. So I believe after watching this, whenever you will start clicking, you will pay attention to these elements which are already always around us. It's just about knowing them, it's just about being conscious about them. And I am pretty sure that you guys will be able to create some amazing images. I hope that this video will help you understand photography in a much better way. As I said earlier, instead of just looking at those images, now you guys will be able to read those photographs. And I'm pretty sure that you guys will be able to take your photography to the next level. I'm so happy to share my learning and my experiences with you. Please feel free to contact me anytime. I am available on all my social media, and I'm up for any conversation which is around photography and filming. And I thank Sisroni for giving me this beautiful opportunity to speak to you guys, to connect with you. Thank you so much.